Alright guys, and welcome to another log of the Digimon Color version 2. And for today's log, we have none other than SkullMammothmon, also known as SkullMammon if you translate directly from the Digimon. The Japanese subname would be SkullMammon, like if you take the romanization of the Japanese name. But of course, the English name, they call it SkullMammothmon. So if you're more familiar with that, that's the one we are going with. Etymology, straightforward. I think this is the skull version of Mammothmon. So there is Mammothmon. If you can Google it, just check it out. It's like a mammoth basically, and this is the skull version, so it's an evolved form and it's a mega form. Interestingly, it's kind of like SkullGreymon, in the sense that there's Greymon and then there's SkullGreymon, that's the evolved form of Greymon in its very skeletal form, right? So once again, if you look at its artwork, you can tell that it has this digicore that is exposed as well. It meets its bones, so just like SkullGreymon has its heart or digicore, in other words, beating in the middle of its bones, SkullMammothmon has that as well, but it does look a little more intimidating because it's like huge. It looks huge, right? So anyway, its profile according to Digimon.net, SkullMammothmon, it's basically a vaccine mega, and its special move is Spiral Bone. It's a Mammothmon that was revived from ancient times and continuously battled virus Digimon, causing its whole body to become consumed by viruses and leaving it as an undead Digimon composed of nothing but bones. Very cool. After dying, SkullMammothmon's survival instinct as a vaccine type has only grown stronger, and in order to keep fighting, it has lost all emotion or intellect that do not aid in exterminating viruses. As long as the digicore shining in its chest remain unharmed, it can maintain vital activity even as a skeleton. But the moment this exposed digicore is attacked, spells the end of the SkullMammothmon. It uses its special move, Spiral Bone, to hold vertebrae spun at high speeds. So that's its cool move, right? Using its bones to attack. But yeah, basically, it's still very interesting profile because they're still trying to maintain the fact that it's a vaccine type, so it's still trying to fight like virus Digimon, even though it's all undead and skeletal and it looks scary, but it's supposed to be like a good kind of Digimon in that sense, you know, good inverted, quote unquote inverted commas. But yeah, very interesting profile and a little more extended as usual. I mentioned this a few times in my log. The older Digimon profiles are a little shorter back then, you know, when they were just writing it. But now, as the Digimon universe expands, the newer Digimon tend to get more description. And SkullMammothmon, I think, appeared around 1999 or so when Nightmare Soldiers came out for Digimon Pendulum. So it's quite cool that we get to see him now, even though the Digimon Pendulum color is not out yet, because SkullMammothmon actually appeared in Digimon Pendulum first. But in Digimon 20th, they added SkullMammothmon as the mega form for SkullGreymon. And because of that, here we are on Digimon Color version 2. We see SkullMammothmon already, because in Digimon 20th, SkullMammothmon was added to the Digimon version 2 roster, and Digimon Color is following the Digimon 20th roster. So we get a good look at SkullMammothmon even before Digimon Pendulum. But honestly, with Digimon Color doing so well, I really want Digimon Pendulum to be made, you know, eventually. I'm really hoping that it goes there. But anyway, enough of that. We are digressing. Let's take a closer look at SkullMammothmon's sprite, shall we? Alright, let's check out SkullMammothmon. But honestly, look at that. It looks really good. You can see the helmet. So originally in the black and white sprite, you can tell with the black and white design, like imagine how the skull is supposed to look like. But with the colored sprite, I think it really pops. Like it really distinguishes, okay, this part is the helmet, check out the eyes, it's red with different shades. You can even see the purple ears that is coming out from the back, and that's actually part of the design. And in the black and white sprite, it's really quite hard. Like when I was looking at it in the past, the sprite that is black and white, I remember thinking that, hey, can't really see the ears, and I thought the part that is the ears, I thought that was just part of the giant skull. And of course, the digicore, you can see that tinge of orange in the middle that pops here and there. Like that was really hard to imagine how it's supposed to look like, but now that it's color, you know, it makes it more obvious how that design is supposed to be. But in black and white, you can only imagine that it's somewhere in the middle, but you just see it's just a cluster of bones, because everything was just black and white. But now it's a lot clearer, and I really like this. So I think this is awesome. I don't know how I feel, but I really like the Digimon Colors design so far. Of course, you just can't compare to Vital Bracelet, right? But that's just totally different technology. Personally, I would really like if the devices can have, you know, a Vital Bracelet level of definition for these colored sprites, but I think it's just a matter of it being more difficult to, you know, animate so many things, of it moving around on the screen. Maybe, I don't know, maybe one day we'll have Vital Bracelet in a device form, right, rather than just a watch. But the Digimon color is great as well. The 16 by 16 colored sprites really is looking good for me as well. No complaints there. Alright, he's angry. We had him eating a piece of meat, that was nice. We had an idle animation, so now we just need the angry and the happy animation. Now it's really quite hard to do the training because I'm filming and doing it at the same time. I'm just gonna try one more time, otherwise we'll just do a battle. He needs to battle anyway. Let's go. Ah man, I'm just gonna move to battle. It was easier to do it without filming, but I think filming just makes it a little more difficult. Okay, I'm not gonna waste our screen time on this. Let's go to battles. You can see him being happy because he'll win. But yeah, his stats are looking good. We can get in a few battles. I am just gonna try to make him fight through the map, even though there's probably a big attribute disadvantage here and there, because there's gonna be like data type megas along the way. But yeah, so be it. He's tough boy, he can handle it. Let's go. But anyway, it's gonna be like champion and ultimate Digimon along the way for now. He's gonna win them. Pretty sure he'll do well. Alright, it's Vegimon. Come on, you can win a Vegimon. You do well there, shooting your bones. Now let's just skip. Alright, that's him being happy because he won. Wamon, I've been looking forward to seeing Wamon. So it's a bit of a spoiler here because when I'm battling the enemies, I get to see the sprites before I raise them. It's really cute. Oh, Wamon he has the water attack. That's great. He doesn't just get a needle. I remember when I was young, I was like, oh, okay, Wamon shoots needles. So I think some of these are text sprites. They update them, even though, you know, in the past everything is very standardized. You have 2 Digimon firing fireballs, which is like Greymon, Tyrannomon, and Kabuterimon, Tyrannomon. And then you have 2 Digimon, champion Digimon that fires punches like this, so that would be Meramon and Devimon in version 1, and in version 2 it would be Angimon and Yukidarumon. And then they will have 2 Digimon firing needles. I call them needles. Like they're just spears, right? Seadramon and Adramon for version 1. And Birdramon and Wamon in version 2. So I remember version 2's Wamon fired a spear, and it was quite hard to imagine why a spear, and imagine like a water spout because it was a whale. Anyway, spoiler, we can discuss this more during the Wamon log. I don't know why I'm talking about it now, but I'm so happy to see that he's shooting the water attack. That sprite was only updated much later. That water attack sprite. When Wamon was refeatured in Pendulum, that was when it was implemented that he fires like the wash animation. It's the water animation. It's the wash that you see when you wash a poop, right? So that's cool. Oh man, I skipped the time for evening. Let's go to evening. We have to make the Digimon say no during evening times, just to capture how it's like against the evening backdrop. And I missed the time again. Come on, 4 PM. How hard is it, man? Keep missing it. Anyway, yeah, this is wash. So that's it, right? They just took part of that and put it as his attack. That was in Pendulum Nightmare Soldiers when, Deep Savers. Digimon Pendulum Deep Savers. That was around 1999 or something like that. And that's him saying no. Stop talking about Wamon. It's my log. Alright. Anyway, I still want to continue. Too bad. I'm your tamer. Yeah. So, yeah, they implemented a water attack for Wamon in Digimon Pendulum Deep Savers. So it's cool that they updated it now and they didn't just keep to consistency for the sake of consistency. Yeah, so that's nice. But that makes me wonder why Mammon still gets punched when Nightmare Soldiers in Digimon Pendulum, Mammon gets a fire attack rather than punch, if I remember correctly. I think he has this fireball. Or maybe I remember wrongly, but anyway, that's story for another day. Trying to find a time when he sleeps. What time does he sleep? 12? Alright, he's sleeping, so he's sleeping now. He's probably sleeping because he's like, oh, you're not talking more about me, you're talking about Wamon during my log. I'm gonna go sleep. Alright, sure. But yeah, Skull Mammothmon is interesting as well, and it's nice to see him so early, even though Pendulum is not out yet, because it's great that he was added in Digimon 20th, and now we get to see him. I really like that they did at least do Digimon color based off the Digimon 20th roster, otherwise it would be so short. The original roster only has Digimons up to Ultimate. That would be such a shame. So it's great that we get Mega Forms and we get to see things like Skull Mammothmon. But yeah, this is the 6th log, I think, of the Digimon Color version 2. And if you like what you watch, don't forget to hit like and subscribe with Spiral Bone. Or is it Spinning Bone? Spiral Bone. Yeah, just hit like and subscribe. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!